Welcome to this ESI Africa video on Energy Insights. Today I'm in conversation with the Honorable Minister from Uganda, the Minister of Energy and Mineral Resources. How are you, sir, and welcome?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm delighted to be talking to you. I like South Africa. Your country is beautiful.
Thank you very much.
There's a lot to see and learn from you people.
We enjoy that. All right, so let's get into it. I just wanted to ask, first of all, what is the landscape in Uganda from a power and energy perspective?
The landscape in Uganda is on energy is seen as energy is critical for everything. Energy is critical for development. Energy is critical for industry. Energy is critical as an enabler to whatever we do as a country. And we try to do the development of energy as something that will drive the total agenda that we have for transforming our country. In the recent past, the World Bank said we have entered into lower middle income, but to move the economy from where it is now, we need to develop our various energy sources.
Yeah.
Uganda is rich in energy sources. We have a potential, biggest potential as we stand. More than 90% of our energy is renewable. And the base load is derived from the waters of the Nile, where we have our energy today standing at slightly over 2,000 megawatts against a peak demand of about 1,100 or 200 megawatts. But as we look into that, we are mindful that the demand of energy, if it is going to drive the economy, that one is actually no excess energy. I'm not going to talk about having any excess energy. It is excess because we have not actually developed the distribution. We have not taken it to the economic focal points for development. For example, if we are to move to industrializing our country, that energy is nothing.
Yeah.
If we are to exploit our mineral wealth, that energy doesn't mean anything. And if we are to take this energy to the end users, who are a majority of the population as farmers, and if they were to use that energy meaningfully to enhance their production, then this energy is not adequate.
Yeah. So let me come in here. What are some of your major challenges then from an energy sector perspective? Is it mostly generation or in the transmission or distribution end?
You cannot isolate a challenge and say it is going to be on this link. You have got to address the whole value chain of energy and electricity supply. If you are to increase the distribution, first of all, you must be having something in the granary to distribute. And if you are to focus on transmission, there must be a demand from distribution, and there must be a supply source. So when you ask that question, I would actually tell you that I will divide it into the various links. Generation is extremely critical because you have got to reflect on your demand, and then you come back to what you have and the potential. So depending on the end need, we try to derive and provide an energy mix that actually enables us to deliver to our customers. For example, our base load is hydro. most of the power that I'm talking about, more than 2,000 megawatts, are actually based on hydropower.
Okay.
So-
So what makes the other 90%? The other 10%? Because 90%
There's
is hydro.
solar. There's solar.
Okay.
Yes, and then very little, minimum thermal generation. So the major sources of energy that we use are two. One is hydro, two, solar, and then a majority of the population, especially for cooking, they use biomass. So those are the three basic sources of energy against the array of the potential that we have. Although more than 90% of the energy is now hydro, we still have a potential to generate more power in hydro. Currently, we are carrying out feasibility studies on three major potential falls along the River Nile downstream. We have Ayago, which we are projecting to generate up slightly over 1,000 megawatts against the initial scoping, which said we could produce 800 megawatts.
Yeah.
But considering the technologies, we can produce up to 1,000, 1,500 megawatts.
Yeah.
The second one is Oriang, where we are projecting to generate about 400 megawatts. But considering the new technologies, the projection is we can produce anything between 600 and 800. And then Kiba, which we say can produce 380 megawatts. But recently, when we commissioned the study, I challenged the feasibility study guys, considering the new technologies, considering where we are now in efficiencies of the various technologies. They actually say they will be able to produce from 380, they are saying they are capable of actually producing over 600 megawatts.
All right.
If you consider that, those three dams would give me not less than 3,000 megawatts. Yes?
So let's talk about access a little bit. How many people are actually connected in Uganda?
Currently, we are at about 62% connected to electricity. And when I talk about this, it's not that all of them are connected to the grid. We are using the various technologies. About 22% are connected onto the grid, but the other 38% are actually connected through PVs, either mini grids or rooftop solar.
Okay.
But now, as I talked about, what do we do? Depending on what the end user actually needs, you can actually see many remote areas will go along with the solar systems, either mini grids or rooftops. But now, most of the electricity that we are producing is targeted for productive uses.
Yeah.
It's not just for lighting. For example, in the agriculture, if we are to enhance, which is our bedrock for development, more than 68% of our population is in agriculture.
Okay.
So now we use the solar to do promoting irrigation, solar water pumps, which can be used at the community level. We also encourage the population to go into value addition, solar drying, using the solar. But when it comes to now processing, changing form, then we either use the mini grids or we use now the grid power to meet that demand.
Yeah.
So depending on the uses, we actually categorize what source of energy which we can provide adequate and reliable power.
And so finally, my last question is, let's talk about 100% access. What is your target for that? Is it 2030? Most countries are saying by 2030 you want to achieve 100% access. What are your targets?
Our targets are within what everybody is talking about. From 68%, we actually say by 2030, we should be able to achieve between 80 and 90% of our population should be connected to one or the other. But that does not mean the others will not be acquiring the torches, which are solar and so on.
Yeah.
So if we were to consider now 100%, when you consider in totality, it is achievable within 2030.
Okay. No, thank you very much, Honorable Minister. It was good to talk to you. Thank you for sharing all that background information to help understand what is happening in Uganda. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
So if you enjoyed that, please like this video and share it and continue to reshare it with your network. We're looking forward to seeing you on the next episode.